Bonjour, I'm Joseph.
Hola, I'm Jana. Bom dia, I'm Talitha.
안녕하세요, I'm Tim.
And here's a little video on our World Youth Day experience as we went to Lisbon, Portugal and Europe. We could never share all our experiences with you in the short video, so here's just a little snippet of how God has touched our lives.
For me, my favorite place, a place that really spoke to me, was Fourvière in France. So this is the roots of New Zealand's Catholicism. It was the place where it started. Bishop Pompallier came from there to us. It gave us, it gives us a community here in New Zealand. It gives us, our youth group, it gives us people to relate to, on a spiritual level. And yeah, that's what, I don't know, it just spoke to me a lot there. And just all the way in Europe, I just turned back to New Zealand. I was like, oh, that's what I thought about a lot. My roots, just the basics of my family, my friends, the reason why I was there.
Is it the one you in the ship, or the one down there, right? Yeah, got hit some photos of that.
Yeah. I really like the paintings as well.
So I had a similar experience with Jana and Fatima actually. So we had a kneeling pilgrimage, and I did it twice because for the first time I wanted to do it because I wanted to carry the cross with Jesus. I could never bear the same amount of pain as Jesus did, but I was feeling I was feeling closer to God, and yeah, that was really inspiring. And the second time I did it was with Joeseph. It was to pray for all of us. Yeah, even after we finished our pilgrimage, we sat together in front of Mother Mary, where Mother Mary has appeared. So from then, I started to pray for each individual's intentions, and yeah, in that way, I felt more effective in praying.
Okay, for real now. 3, 2, 1.
Going back into our journey in France, one of the places we visited was Saint-Chapelle. And what really touched me about this church is that rather than the walls being made out of wood and concrete, it was made out of pure glass, stained glass. And in these glasses, as you look up and you're looking and being in awe of this beautiful church, you see actually in these stained glasses the beautiful story of the Bible, right from Genesis all the way to Revelation. And whilst looking at these stained glasses and cranking my neck up to understand these stories, I just realized that God is calling us also to be stained glasses. And through salvation story, we can see how God used imperfect people for his perfect plan. In the same way, he can use us like stained glass windows to shine his light into the world. We were constantly reminded throughout our pilgrimage that God is calling us as young people and just as people of God to open up our windows to the people who are in need, to hear his joy, to hear his love, and just the conversations we have. One particular conversation I had was from this girl from Ukraine. And Ukraine is such a place where there's so much despair and loss of hope. And so I thought this would be a great conversation to encourage her. Instead, I felt like I was more encouraged as she told me of how God is moving and stirring in Ukraine. There was a particular miracle that happened while they were praying. A bomb landed in their little village, but it didn't explode. And that just reminded me of the power of prayer and how God is still working even in the most dire circumstances.
One of the most wonderful experiences we had was at Mass with Pope Francis and with other 1.5 million young people who came from different backgrounds and different countries in the world. The message I got from Pope Francis was, be joyful and don't be afraid. Pope Francis was saying, it wasn't him, but Jesus who looked at your eyes and know what is in your heart. So be joyful and don't be afraid. We all know that we have different challenges and crises in our life, but Jesus or God is always there with us. So the message is not for young people who were there, but he asks us to take that message to our local parishes, to send it to you, your friends and your family.
If you would like to hear more about our experiences and the places we've been, come chat with us in the foyer.
Two, one.
God bless!